Delighted to say Tyson Fury joins me live from his home in Morecambe in Lancashire. Welcome to you, champ. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, Piers. Congratulations on being back on TV. They didn't cancel you for long, did they? He's back. He's back, baby!
You know what, Tyson? It reminds me of the old Rocky Balboa quote. It's not how many times you get hit down, it's how many times you get back on your feet and keep going forward, right?
100%. You've got to keep moving forward in a positive manner and never let anybody tell you can't do something, because there's so many dream crushers out there and naysayers, and they all want you to see you on the floor. But you've got to keep getting back up and disappointing them, Piers. And that's what you keep doing.
When you heard Tyson, Sharon Osbourne, telling her story, could you believe really what happened to her? What do you make of this cancel culture where for having an opinion or even saying someone's allowed an opinion, you get your life ruined and you get fired?
I think the world has gone mad, Piers. You can't. There's only a freedom of speech until it upsets somebody, and then it doesn't exist anymore. And like you said in the interview, this is what you guys get paid to do: have your opinion. So if your opinion's no good, then what's the point? You know, it's one of them. It's the world's gone crazy, and it's a shame that people like yourself and like Sharon and even me. We can't say stuff. We're going to offend this person, that person. You got to watch your P's and Q's for everything, because even wearing this blue T-shirt, I'm offending somebody. There'll be a complaint for sure.
I was about to say, I find it really offensive that you're wearing a blue. But that's mainly because I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah,
exactly. And all my United fans will find it offensive too.
Tyson, let me talk to you quickly about the fight.
You can't please everybody, Piers.
I don't want to please everybody. I don't know about you. I don't want to please everybody. I just want to have my honest opinions, let other people have theirs, have a good argument and go and have a beer. What happened to that? That used to be how our democracy and society worked.
Well, things change. We're now in 2022 and everything you say gets taken personal, and everyone wants to cancel you out, you know, for everything you say. So you just got to watch what you're saying, Piers. Shut your mouth, and that's not very good when you're...
You know what? I'm not going to watch what I say, Tyson, because I don't think you do either, really. I think that both of us, have the self-confidence to say, you know what, stuff this nonsense. Stuff the fun police, as Shane Warne, my great friend, used to say. Because I think it's just so... what it does, it removes all the fun out of life. It makes life a very joyless kind of experience, doesn't it?
It does. When you can't speak the truth and you think what you think, it's become crazy. I don't know what's going on in the world. Everybody's upset for something, and no matter what you say, can't please everybody. But for me, the only person I'm interested in pleasing is my wife, and I'm struggling with that most of the time.
Now, there was an interesting moment, Tyson, at the end of your fight when you claimed you're going to retire. Everybody was groaning. Nobody wanted to hear that. And your wife looked to me like she was saying, no, he's not. Something like that. She certainly gave an indication that she doesn't think you're ready to retire yet. Why would you retire? You walked out in front of nearly 100,000 people at Wembley going crazy. You're at the peak of your powers. You knock out this guy with a ruthless uppercut. There are still one or two massive fights left for you. The winner of the Joshua Usyk fight, obviously, would be a huge one. I don't think you're ready to retire, Tyson Fury. Give me the scoop. Are you going to now tell me right now, Piers Morgan, uncensored, that actually you've got more in you?
Well, let me tell you something. Piers Morgan, uncensored. This is the truth, the gospel truth, nothing but the truth. I'm done. You know, every good dog has its day. And like the great Roman leader said, there'll always be somebody else to fight. When is enough enough? I'm happy, I'm healthy, I've still got my brains, I can still talk, I've got a beautiful wife, I've got 6 kids, I've got up-team belts, I've got plenty of money, success, fame, glory. What more am I doing it for? You know, boxing's a very dangerous sport. You can be taken out with one punch, as we've seen on Saturday night. And, you know, it only takes one unlucky blow, and you may not get up off that canvas. I'm quitting while I'm ahead. I'm undefeated, only the second man in history to retire undefeated heavyweight champion. I'm very, very happy. I'm very contented in the heart with what I've done, what I've achieved. It's not about money for me, Piers. You know, a lot of people in this world, everything's about money and more money and more money. I've got enough money. I've got enough of everything I need. I'm a very simple man. I drive an '07 VW Passat. I'm a very normal person. I don't need tons of money to impress everybody.
Do you know what I think
And if
about
they
you,
don't
Tyson?
like me,
I actually
then
think
I'm not.
you think you're a simple,
on.
normal person. I actually think you're one of the most fascinating people, honestly, that I've ever interviewed. I think the way your mind works, I think you're quite a complex thinker. You're a deep thinker. You're highly intelligent. And yet you do this, incredibly violent sport. But that's why, in a way, I do believe you, because I do think you've probably calculated. You look at the greats, Muhammad Ali, who go on too long, who do one big fight too many, who get battered and then never recover. I can understand it. Yeah. I can understand why you may have, with your smart mind, calculated it's just not worth it.
It's not worth it. I've got family to raise. I've got kids. I've got 4 young kids to raise and 2 bit older ones. I've been away for the last 10 years on the road, all over the world, travelling for boxing. When do I get time to be a father, a husband, a brother, a son? I need this personal time. The fans will always want more. They're always baying for more blood. But at the end of the day, I don't have anything more to give. I've given everything I've got. I've been a professional 14 years and I've been boxing over 20 years. I'm all like, every good dog has its day in the sun, and my time is to go out on a high. And I always said that I wanted to walk away on top of the sport and do it on my terms. And I didn't want to be the person who said, well, I should have maybe retired 2 years ago or whatever. I just wanted to walk out on top, go out with a bang, nearly 100,000 at Wembley with a knockout performance. They will not forget the Gypsy King in a hurry. And for sure, and no amount of material assets or money will make me come back out of retirement, because I'm very happy.
I completely, you know what, Tyson? I completely respect you, and I get your argument for it. I wanted to ask you a question. When I did Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump, and I might ask you a question about Donald Trump in a moment, because I know you know him. But when I did it with Donald Trump, Lennox Lewis was in there with me. And Lennox told me when he was the world heavyweight champion, everywhere he used to go, in America in particular, he'd go to a bar or a club, and the biggest guy in the bar and the club would want to come and take him on to prove their point. Do you get that? And he said he used to take them on very quickly. And I said, what happened to them? He went, I was the heavyweight champion of the world. What do you think happened to them? Do you get that when you go into pubs and things? Do people say, oh, come on then, Tyson, me and you?
You know what, Piers? Never. I've not got that persona or aura about me where I don't think I'm a tough guy. I don't walk around like the big man. I don't think I've ever been approached in a bar or a pub. Coming from a former alcoholic, don't forget, who used to go to a lot of bars and pubs and restaurants. I've never been in a fight outside the ring in my whole life. I've not got that persona of like, oh, come and take me on. I'm more like a happy-go-lucky type of guy.
When you saw the other Tyson
in a bar than have a fight.
When you saw the other Tyson from your sport, Mike Tyson, having that incident on a plane where some guy was drunk and goading him, and eventually Tyson gave him a bit of a slap. What did you make of that?
Well, Mike Tyson's a real OG, and you can't mess with Mike because you just don't know what he's going to do. But all the people, all the fun police, like you just said before, they'll all be on Mike to get him cancelled as well. But how can you go around prodding a lion with a stick? How long can you prod a guy for before he does something about it? Mike's Mike. Mike don't get the name for the baddest man on the planet for nothing. So he's not the guy you want to prod with a stick on the back of a plane until you get chinned. And that's exactly what happened to the guy. And then he wants to cry about it. If he's man enough to prod Mike Tyson and touch him and call him names and abuse him on a plane, then man up and take a punch in the face. So what? You should be paying Mike. Now you can say you've been punched in the face by a legend and a world heavyweight champion, Mike Tyson.
Tyson, if you're not going to be boxing...
I'd pay for that myself.
If you're not going to be boxing anymore, Tyson, what's your big ambition? What's your big aim in life now?
My big aim in life now, Pace, is to get a job next to you, interviewing people and talking my mind. Get up!
Very quickly, I'm told you had a chat with Donald Trump recently where he said to you he is going to run again for president. Is that true?
Well, I think he'll be running again for president 100%. Why not? Why not? It was
but he told you that
last time.
He told you that?
I think he'll get it this. I think he'll get it this time for sure. 2024, I think Donald Trump will be president of the United States again.